Let's face it, TV isn't going anywhere. It's going everywhere.
I like it, let's go!
And there's only one way for you to get there. DStv Media Sales. We go all out every day to get your brand out to the over 8 million households enjoying DSTV's world-class local and international shows. From TV to video on demand and streaming to digital, you name it, we do it all. Through innovative communication solutions customized to suit every brand and product. Whether you're looking to sponsor a great program, activate your brand with a sporting event, or place your product in a top show, we'll help you make your business famous. Interested? Then contact us today. Because when it comes to media, we're all over it. DStv Media Sales.
You should know how to work that. Work it.
Happy Women's Month. Let's show the world the power of togetherness.
On behalf of the NBC family, I'd like to wish you a happy Women's Month.
Happy Women's Month, everyone. Let's show the world the power of togetherness.
Through extraordinary times, we still have each other. The power of togetherness has never been as important as it is right now.
My belief is that as women, we need to support, motivate, and mentor each other in the business.
Learn to love, appreciate, and celebrate one another.
So the force that holds it all together, the fearless, the passionate, and the relentless women who work to reach new goals. To you that break the status quo and raise the bar every single time, I celebrate you.
For me, it's very important to encourage women in business, so I am trying to uplift and upskill the women that I employ.
Let's respect, let's guide each other, let's learn from each other. Let's always be fearless in the challenges that we face.
Let's reach for the stars while we gaze upon a brighter future. Together, we can do more. Together, we can be more.
We know that when women support each other, incredible things happen. We've all got each other. So let's go out there and be amazing.
You are impossible to define because you aren't just one thing.
Anything's possible.
Through quiet resilience or through deafening defiance, you are unbreakable.
I'm gonna fight this to the death.
No matter the challenge or the odds stacked against you, you are brave.
Stand in the corner or get in the ring.
You turn your pain into power and your vulnerability into courage.
We will be stronger.
You write your own story, living your unfiltered, unexpected, undeniable truth. Beautiful! You are you, and we're here for it.
It feels great.
Because you are her, and she is everything.
That's how I feel.
We're celebrating all it means to be fierce, fearless, fabulous female on the Mnet channels this month.
Outstanding.
Because the only thing stronger than you is us.
You and me.
Together.
Good morning, ladies. Mantombazane, abomam. It is a privilege and an honor to stand here before you today in celebration of the power of together. I am Mali Motsumi-Garrido, and before anything else, I am woman. Hear me roar. I am the Regional Sales Manager for Gauteng at DStv Media Sales. I come as one, but stand as 10,000. Women who have come before me, us. Women who have paved the way for all of us. Women who have supported me. And I want to include those who will go on to do greater things than we could ever imagine. I am privileged to work with such women. They span across different departments and head up DStv Media Sales, leading with great vision and power. I am inspired to be the very best that I can be, and my reason and purpose for existing is that I may do that for the next woman. I live by a simple motto. Everyone I touch, speak to, and engage with should walk away feeling more empowered after I have been with them. As each person builds up the next, we build a network that cements the validity of the power of together.
Aileen na ko raksa hopola ba ho jwang ho thaba the way ke thabileng ka teng ho ba free man ho ba wena, you know. Yeah, glad as God had grooved that.
Multi-choice employees represent 50 nationalities across the group, with the majority from the African continent. Our employee profile comprises 47% women and 53% men, improving on gender diversity from the prior year. At DMS, the Exco team is majority female, and so is our senior management team. We are led with empathy, compassion, and care, which creates a ripe environment for growth and success. I always enjoy boasting to anyone who will hear me that when you are a focused, hardworking, and talented individual, the sky is the limit in terms of the success you can generate for yourself at DMS. Uwalala wasala. Usalelen. Charity begins at home. When the staff feels safe and secure, it becomes next to impossible to not extend this to our clients. As business people gathered in this virtual room, we all know that the growth of our economy is dependent on new enterprises rising up and being successful. A McKinsey & Co. report released on 10th July 2020 entitled How South African SMEs Can Survive and Thrive Post-COVID-19. A report focused on businesses with a turnover of more than 15 million and less than 500 million, revealed how this pandemic is likely to leave an indelible impact on the continent's small and medium-sized enterprises. SMEs play an exceptionally large role in economies and employ an estimated 80% of the continent's workforce in both the formal and informal sectors. However, during times of crisis, they are often the least resilient. In South Africa, it is predicted that around 60% of SMEs may close before the COVID crisis is over. These are staggering numbers. SMEs across South Africa represent more than 98% of businesses and employ between 50 and 60% of the country's workforce across all sectors and are responsible for a quarter of job growth in the private sector. And while the GDP contributions from South Africa's SMEs lag other regions, 39% compared to 57% in the EU, there is no doubt that this sector is a critical engine of the economy. What is encouraging to see is that South Africa leads the pack with 38% of SMEs owned by women versus only 30% in the EU. Well done, South African female entrepreneurs. Keep up the good work. It takes bold and powerful moves to go it alone. We truly salute you. We realize that this does not solely rest with the business owners. We, as women, as people, need to support local enterprise by putting our money where our mouth is. But not only that, we too want support, right? So how about buying locally made, produced, created, buying from women you know? If you are a female-owned business, how about tagging and promoting other female-led businesses as you go about your daily life, using them as suppliers? Could the next project you're involved in be comprised of an all-female-led team or female suppliers? We at DMS have seen the need to assist SMEs and have developed cost-efficient packages tailor-made to suit your needs. So please do reach out to me as well as the rest of my team. We are more than willing to help you find a solution that will take your business to the next level. And speaking of powerful women, E continues to recognize the very best female entertainers in the broad role they play as wives, mothers, businesswomen, producers, dancers, and everything in between. And to showcase this, be sure to catch the brand new show, We Got Love, Tiana and Iman, starting Sunday, the 12th of September at 8 p.m. Now let's take an unfiltered peek behind the curtain as superstars Tiana Taylor and Iman Sherpit, along with their tight-knit entourage of family and friends, continue building their empire, all while juggling their busy home life.
Tiana Taylor, Iman Shumpert, go inside their life of fame and family.
I'm in there with y'all big old head.
It's a wild ride into their unfiltered world.
Grown man over this way.
A grown girl.
I like where you going with this. I like the sound of this. Period. Period.
Period, yeah.
Period.
Sort of figuring it out, this potluck round here.
We Got Love, Tiana and Iman. Series premieres Sunday, 12th of September, only on E!
I can't wait to see more of this show. And speaking of all the amazing, powerful women in our industry, say hello to the one and only Nina Parker. We were lucky enough to secure an exclusive interview, courtesy of E! Nina, welcome.
Hey, Molly, so lovely to be here with you and all of these incredible women as we stand united and motivated by the power of together in these very challenging times.
Why is she on TV? And so you get a lot of haters like, why you and not me? And you have to let them know, because I'm amazing. That's why.
Nina, how do you thrive in a male-dominated industry?
I kick ass and take names later. No, just kidding. I just try to be as authentic as possible. I try to do things that really matter to me because I believe if you have passion in what you're talking about, it really does resonate with the people who watch you.
I've seen more of your body parts in the past month than I have the entire time I've known you.
Damn, those women, I mean, why is it their business? I feel like you can definitely have substance and be sexy. Well, I would not tolerate that if my friends said that to me. They should be happy for her embracing her new body and her new self.
I think friends is a stretch.
There you go.
I don't think friends say those types of things.
No, I don't think friends say those types of things anyway.
To me, that didn't feel like concern.
No.
It felt like jealousy.
Yeah.
It felt like they were feeling away because she was feeling herself. She has been glowing the whole season. Her boobs look amazing.
Amazing.
And she's picking clothes that obviously accentuate them, but she looks like a full queen.
What lessons would you share with other young women starting their own business or reinventing their business?
I would say not staying in your lane and figuring out what you enjoy, not looking at someone else's success and trying to emulate that, figuring out what is important to you, what matters to you, because when it matters to you, again, you're gonna go harder with it. So it has to be something that you're passionate about and just really figuring out what best works for you and your audience.
What's your proudest achievement to date, Nina?
I mean, I have been on national television on a national show since 2007. And I'm really proud of that accomplishment. I think it's really difficult to have longevity in this business and to be able to continue to build my business 14 years, is a huge accomplishment to me. It's difficult to stay on TV and keep brands working with you, and to be able to have that longevity is really important, and I am very appreciative of that.
Nina, I cannot thank you enough for your time. You have truly inspired us all.
Look, as a woman of color, there's limited amount of women of color on television. There's an even more limited amount of women of color who are free to completely be themselves. And what I really love about E! is there was nothing about me that they wanted to change. It wasn't like I had all these instructions on what I needed to do before I could get a contract. They accepted me who I was authentically. To be able to say that and then have people who may have not watched E! before tweet me, DM me, and say, I feel seen by having you represent, or I've never seen a woman who looks like me represent on mainstream television, means a whole lot. And it makes me feel like, even though my opinion may not be shared by anybody around me, people who are watching are seeing that and being touched by that.
Women, they have minds and they have souls as well as just hearts, and they've got ambition and they've got talent as well as just beauty. And I'm so sick of people saying that love is just all a woman is fit for. I'm so sick of it.
Hashtag queen, hashtag fierce, hashtag gold, hashtag wild, hashtag bold. I have to do this. Hashtag brave, hashtag base, hashtag truth, hashtag grace. You fabulous women! Hashtag lit, hashtag mom, hashtag drop, hashtag bomb.
Celebrating all our favorite leading ladies. Happy Women's Month with love from DStv.
Today, I stand with giants. This beautiful, intelligent, and refined lady is in the entertainment industry. She is a kindred spirit who is fiercely passionate about women and children's rights. With me in studio is Carol Bouwer, CEO of Carol Bouwer Productions and founder of the Mbogoto Awards for Women in Arts. Carol also serves as a trustee on the Naval Foundation Board and is a member of multiple humanitarian forums in South Africa. Did I mention that she's owner of Carol Bouwer Bags? I stalk her on Instagram, and her love and celebration of other women and their accomplishments humbles me. Carol always has something positive, uplifting, and inspiring to share. Such a breath of fresh air in these treacherous social media streets. I cannot wait to speak to her.
Mali, such a kind... I've never had an introduction so kind. I'm going to have to try and live up to it.
No, stop it. I meant every single word. My first question is a bit of a cheeky one, a girly one. What fragrance are you wearing?
Only the best. CBNL. It feels like I'm doing an ad, but I brought it just so you could see. CBNL is Carol Bouwer and Zwaki Lidimu. She's a very good friend, and we often asked what we were wearing because we love fragrances. I love oud, I love jasmine, so I needed to have something that smells like my signature scent, and this is the result.
Always promoting the next woman and always uplifting her. I absolutely love that about you.
Thank you.
How have you navigated this new normal we find ourselves in?
Well, firstly, I refuse to accept it as the new normal. I believe things will go back to a place of love, joy, health, and just optimism. I think that we've been plunged into a bit of darkness. You're hearing about people's demise on a daily basis. But I think we have to find ways to not be immersed in the demise of people, in the many deaths, find ways to help those who are afraid, perhaps, of even taking vaccines, find ways to help those who have succumbed to depression as a result of just the isolation that's come with coronavirus. It's not easy for any of us to be separated from our loved ones, so we need to begin to work together to reach herd immunity, but also in all other facets of our lives, reclaim our lives, fight to have our lives back, and to come back even better and stronger.
I think that's so important.
Yeah.
I know that one of your stores closed during COVID, but to quote your own words, you said, not a business closure. What guiding principles within your business strategy do you think has enabled this?
So I'll first answer why I don't see it as a business closure. I think that sometimes the difficult lessons that we learn propel us to a better place, and they get us to a place where we ask ourselves difficult questions. We come to perhaps more innovative ways to do what we've always done, what always felt automatic. We begin to think about, more intentionally. So I was very sad that I had to close my store at the One and Only, but I have begun to sit back and think about what this brand is, what it requires from me in order for it to be sustainable, in order for it to be able to reach everybody that I wanted to reach. And I was not achieving that in the comfort of an exotic space that didn't require me to do much. So watch this space. I've just come back from the US for something entirely unrelated to the bags, but I come back with amazing news for the bags.
I love that, resilience at its best. Have you felt loved, embraced, and supported by the women of South Africa? And has this been the case throughout your illustrious career?
I Mali, I see myself as a citizen of the world. I have felt supported, loved, nurtured, empowered by the women of the world. And I believe in reciprocity, so I do hope that I've done the same for women across the world. I will say, however, I've had an interesting relationship with South Africa because I've had moments where I've had to almost explain my absence when I'm not here, especially when we lived in Australia and even when we lived in the Netherlands, where my husband is from. It is a constant saying, you have to remember I remain of you and with you, and I am you, and that's why I keep returning. But I have to be able to actualize, and if it means being absent physically, you have to help people understand that it's only the physical that's not there. You're always spiritually connected. I'm a Soweto girl. I'm a Soweto girl at heart, will always be. I speak so many of our languages, and that helps me feel constantly in touch with my people and connected to my people. But I am, there's a constant flow of energy between myself and women across the world.
I think that's lovely. Proudly woman, proudly South African.
Absolutely.
Bless you. Who has been your biggest female inspiration?
I believe my mother has been that. She's my first role model. She's the first woman who told me I could. She's the first woman who told me I mattered. And she's taught me everything I know about how to be a human in an environment where I coexist with others. And she's done that, yes, in word, but essentially about how she interfaces with people, the respect that I see her accord others, the love that I see her give, even in spaces where there's so much darkness, even in spaces where you can't imagine the ability to love. She's always been able to really dig very deep to say that I will not be defined by what I'm experiencing, but I'll be defined by, my ethos and who I am and how I want to impact the world. So she is my foremost role model. Yeah.
That is wonderful.
Thank you.
What should we teach young girls about female counterparts?
I think the most important lesson that young girls need to learn is that they need to be allies of one another. They need to see other females as comrades in arms, people that they can move forward with, people that they can build with. I think, unfortunately, society for a long time put women in competition with one another. I've never been part of a beauty pageant, but I know that the beauty space is where women were made to compete the most. I think that there are areas of healthy competition. There are areas of competition that we can identify as unhealthy, and those are the barriers that we need to begin to dismantle, because society only thrives if the unity of women is affirmed, and it starts as girl children. So the one thing that I would want to see us dismantle is the competition for men's attention, the competition in jobs that is not healthy. We should compete to succeed in the workspace, but we have to monitor our hearts, we have to monitor our thoughts in how we try and attain that. And we should be able to support each other, because the more of us succeed, the better for society as a whole, the better for men as well.
I could not agree with you more. One of my favorite things in life is to watch another woman succeed.
Yeah.
Because it means I've got an open gate to walk through where she's walked.
Absolutely.
So very, very sage advice indeed. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. I mean, men automatically know that they're capable because the world has taught them that. The world has reflected that to them. So we really have a duty to ensure that that is the norm for young women.
Amen.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what's the most important thing our sons should be taught about girls and women?
That they have no ownership over them. That your interactions with women, if you identify as heterosexual, it would have to be defined by whether or not that woman invites you into her life, that we women have autonomy over their bodies. And I think also our sons have to be taught to respect smart women, to respect thinking women, to admire them and to want to learn from them, to not see women as objects, but, as equals in society. I would want to believe that a young boy who grows up in a home where there's a roster of him washing dishes today, his sister tomorrow, understands that, it does not then become a role for women. A young boy who understands that as they get older and they have children, they need to be present fathers for those children. So I would hope that young boys are raised with the understanding of equality. One of the greatest examples that I've seen in just reflecting this to society on a daily basis is the UN Women campaign of Generation Unstereotype. We need more of that. We need industry to see itself as custodial also in this. You don't have to wait for UN Women to tell you what to do. Monitor your adverts from a gender perspective, but also from a race perspective. All of these things, begin to look at what you're doing to build a better South Africa, a South Africa that will be safe for your children in the future. And I'm hopeful, I'm always optimistic that once we know what the problems are, we will do right.
Only we can create the future we desire.
Indeed, absolutely.
What is your advice to young girls or women in this generation?
Just be everything that you can be. Dream it, and arise from the dream with passion and a desire to make it happen. Be unique. Don't try and assimilate into an environment where you think this is what's expected of you. I love the fact that the younger generation is more attuned to what their needs are. There's a way to do that without selfishness. There's a way to do that in a self-affirming way that also contributes to society, where you say, if I mute my voice, I know that society will be denied this, so I will show up, but I'll show up fully as who I am, and in the hope that it will find resonance somewhere. So don't diminish yourself, don't try and act small. Be fully who you are, be present, be active at all times, try and contribute to building the kind of, whether it's within your family unit, your community, and a larger society. Let's show up. There was a time when we were celebrated by the world because the environment had infused us with such passion that South Africans were doers. We have to dispel this receiving notion that you see where people are waiting to receive, whether it's from government or from others. We have to engage with our government from a place of respect for our capacity and our agency, and making sure that they understand that if you tell people consistently that they must be given homes, they must be given jobs, they must be given this, you are basically paralyzing them and stopping them from dreaming about what it is they can do. There's no nation that does that. Everybody goes out and looks to see what contributions they can make to society. And I think that women have illustrated greatly, if I look at the last 10 years or so, that even when we are being excluded, we have ways of innovating such that our voices are heard. So that has to be amplified, and I'm very, very hopeful. I'm very optimistic. I'm just trying to recruit people who are passionate about building this nation and be part of the building that we have to do.
Yeah. If it's to be, it's up to me.
There we go. There we go. If it's to be, it's up to me. And I think that's the mantra by which I choose to live.
Amen.
Yeah.
So you have been married for 21 years. How have you managed to balance being authentically Carol, a wife, mom, businesswoman, and sister to all?
I think that what's helped me and what's helped Edward in our marriage is that we came into it as fully ourselves. We came into it not looking for marriage as a way to escape, but looking to just be together. I think that the one thing that marriage has allowed me to do is to really reflect to my nieces, my nephews, that you can be in a union of love without having to lose yourself. They see me as fully Aunt Carol. They see me as fully the person I always was. I work hard. I'm able to do that without having to stop and seek permission. I'm not apologetic about my ambitions, my desires, my dreams, but I'm also fully present in my marriage. I'm not shy to express the fact that I love him to bits. I can't imagine myself loving anyone else as I love Edward. And I think that marriage has to be that. It has to be a give and take. It has to be an understanding that we've chosen to be together. And it has to serve us. But also to young people who often stay stuck because they believe that that's what society expects of them, they have to be given permission to say that if it no longer serves you, if it diminishes you, if it breaks you down, if you're not being treated as you deserve, as you know you deserve in that marriage, you must get out. There is no record to try and attain. You're not trying to beat Carol at the 21 years. Her circumstances are different. Stay if it nourishes you and if it's a place of love and a place of safety and a place of affirmation. If it stops being that, it stops being correct.
That is such an important and powerful message to all women, to remain authentically who they are, regardless of where they are, and make sure that they fulfill everything that they are about, and their partnerships allow them to do that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. That is so powerful. Do you believe that women can truly have it all?
I believe I have it all. I believe women have it all. And I think it's in the definition of what having it all is. So many people want the having it all to be about all being good at all times. I think that you have to embrace the brilliance that happens in your life, the good that happens in your life, but you also have to embrace the challenges and see them as part of you having it all. You've got to fail forward. You can't just be stuck in a place where you're going, this is my lot, this is what God wants for me. And it's also how we use faith. We use faith as an excuse, and we don't understand that faith is an enabler for you to really get through the difficulties, but also to shine during the moments of absolute glory in your life.
What advice would you give to budding entrepreneurs or women who are small, medium enterprises?
For me, it absolutely has to be about passion. Don't start a business because it's trendy to start a business. Don't start a business because you see someone else do something. You've got to do what you're passionate about. So that's absolutely key. The second thing is really learn everything you possibly can about the environment in which you want to operate. The other thing is just remembering that it has to be serving a purpose greater than yourself. It has to be serving a purpose greater than money. So you've got to be going out there and saying, how is the community better because I've started this business? From the ability to create employment, from the ability to create a service that the community could never do without, where you see a gap and you go, only I'm fulfilling this. I'm so happy that I'm doing that. And also understanding that failure is the most important part of success. Failure does not mean just sitting. You must fail fast, you must fail forward, and you must fail with optimism at all times. You must understand that things don't always work out as you hoped. There are many components that go into building your everyday as a business. I honestly believe that young people who are starting out in business, the biggest thing that they need is also knowing that they are supported. We have many organizations that you can go to. So go to the DTI, go to CEDA, go to all these different organizations. Your taxes are paying them to support your business. The country needs your business. The country needs you to employ as many people as possible. And in order for you to do that, your country needs to help you. And I wish them everything of the best. I think when I listen to young people, I'm enthused by their ideas. So I know that whatever it is they're creating will be far more exciting than what we've been doing thus far.
That is awesome. And our final question, what's the greatest gift we can give each other as women?
Permission to be. permission to be fully ourselves. I think that it's very easy for women to judge one another, and especially through social media, I've seen that we reflect our own insecurities upon others. So I think it's important to understand that it only works if we are all different and we bring our uniqueness. The one thing that I'd love to see women do more of is celebrate one another. I hope that what we learn is also to really champion one another. When you know that Mali is excellent at this, we did an interview, she's articulate, she's well-spoken, she's all of these things, and you go into a space where that is being looked for, promote her. Make sure that you create space for her to be seen in her fullness. And also giving ourselves permission to be fully ourselves at all times. Because I think it's very easy for us in trying to please to be that which we think the environment requires. And in that we mute the most important things that are aspects of our personality. We don't say the things that the world could grow from learning, from just engaging with us. So show up, but show up authentically, show up fully as you, and show up confident that other women will carry you if you begin to feel that you're faltering. I'm surrounded by women who want to see me succeed, and they feel that way with the same passion that I feel for my own success. But what they know is that I'm just as passionate about their growth, their successes, and until we get to a time where we are all doing that for one another, we'll continue to complain about underrepresentation on boards, underrepresentation in the workspace, underrepresentation in terms of our voices also in media. What you're doing here, in the past we would talk about women's issues with men because we trusted them as an authority on issues. You've invited me as a woman to come and speak. We need more of that. The good things that are about amplifying the voices of women need to be amplified themselves.
Carol, I am so grateful that you took the time to be here today. I am humbled by the conversation we have just had. I think it is going to be an incredible blessing to many women who needed to hear this message today. Not only are you talented, powerful, highly skilled at what you do, but you are truly beautiful inside and out. And thank you.
Thank you, Mali. Everything you say about me is what I see in you. So, it's a mutual admiration club. Thank you for having me. This has been such a privilege.
I think I'm just still in awe of this woman and powerhouse. And I think what I can say to all of you guys out there who have been listening and you have been commenting, I've been loving, your comments, is I hope you enjoyed the interviews with Nina Parker and especially our very own Carol Bouwer as much as I did. They are such powerhouses. I absolutely love women who advocate for other women and who are absolutely excellent at what they do. I'm a little bit sad as I've had to bid, both of them farewell. Obviously, you can't keep a busy woman back. However, I'm always mindful of how lucky and blessed I am in that I still have you, my beautiful attendees and audience, the powerhouses that are here to, do business with us and have done business with us in the past. You guys are the entrepreneurs and the agencies and the business partners that we hold absolutely dear. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking this time. I'd just like to do a quick reminder, just some housekeeping. Please don't forget to use our hashtag #PowerOfTogether on Instagram. Do share your comments, do share your thoughts and learnings about today. Tag us, hashtag us, you know what to do. I must at this point just acknowledge our esteemed partners from E who are in the audience with us. So at this point in time, and I'd like them to come on camera, I'd like to welcome Warren Harding, who is the Vice President of Advertising and Sales, EMEA,
Charlene Morose, who is the Director of Advertising Sales, Sophie Elliott, who's the Account Manager, Advertising Sales, and the new kid on the block, he hasn't quite started as yet, if I'm correct, Ignatia Ensenat, who is the Advertising Sales Coordinator. And of course, you can see her blonde and beautiful with the glasses. She's on the marketing side, and she is the head of marketing for Africa, and that is Taryn Rose. And we've also got Eleanor Davis, who's the marketing manager for Africa. I just want to say from us, the DMS family, as well as the audience, thank you for making today possible. And we truly value our partnership with you. Now we are moving on to the Q&A. I know that you have all been eagerly waiting for the Q&A. But, before we spring into that, it is important for me to remind you to just please send us your questions, if you've got any, in the Q&A section. I'm going to kick off the Q&A with 3 key questions that we get frequently asked as DMS by small and medium enterprises. And all 3 will go to my esteemed colleague, Sean Chetia, our head of digital and VOD, and the man who is spearheading our SME initiative. So Sean, hello. The first question is DStv advertising affordable for me as an SME owner?
Good morning, Mali, and good morning to our valued and esteemed guests. What an honor, what a privilege and a pleasure it is to be part of the session this morning. I think I can listen to Carol the whole day, and I'm still catching my breath, Mali. So please go ahead and repeat that question for me, and I'll tackle as many as possible.
I don't blame you, Sean. I feel as though we've been in the presence of royalty, such grace and poise and elegance. The question is DStv advertising affordable for me as an SME owner?
Please get all your checkbooks out. The answer is absolutely yes. Let's start campaigns as soon as possible. Most certainly. So of course it depends on the business itself and the objectives and the catchment area and reach of the business. We have various platforms on DStv, including our live linear channel that's been going on for many, many decades. We've seen a lot of uptake and growth in our digital platforms. TV is becoming more and more digital, and technology is enabling viewing habits to change at the speed of light, which means we can use and tap into digital capabilities in terms of targeting and honing in on campaigns and audiences in smaller regions to efficiently provide campaigns to brands and advertisers. From an SME point of view, our understanding is that most SMEs like to go after regional due to the wastage factor if you go national. So if the brand's available nationally, we've got the platforms of linear television and digital. If the brand is looking at regional targeting, then we've got cost-effective packages that look after regional audience. I'll take a quick example. If there's a coffee shop based in Randburg, so the regional targeting will go from Gauteng into Johannesburg, into Randburg, or even Ferndale in Randburg to target viewers in and around that coffee shop catchment area. So this is one of the most important targeting capabilities for SMEs due to that wastage factor. Cost-effective packages start from as low as a couple of $1,000. There are many pre-packaged options and off-the-shelf packages that we've created for brands with various budget levels. So our team's on standby. We want more questions on the chat. Please get in touch with Mali and myself. We can take on more questions one-on-one and show you exactly how we build these offers to go to market.
Such a clever, intuitive young man you are, Sean, because the next question was going to be, where can my ads be seen? Linear TV or digital? And I think you've just covered it so beautifully. Is there anything you maybe want to add to this question to provide any further clarity?
I see a lot of friends on the call that I knew. So maybe we can recap on that. The platforms available offer different unique propositions, targeting capabilities. If you look at linear television, this allows you to reach DStv customers watching live or on the catch-up set-top box, which is our Explorer Decoder platform, on a national basis. So if you're a brand available nationally, this is one of the platforms. And there are many options, buying options behind this that allow you to reach a national audience. On our digital slate, Digital is quite big for us in terms of website audiences, mobile audiences, audiences coming through on our app, for example, SuperSport app that launched in the last quarter of last year, already exceeding over 3 million in reach, people access to see content and watch fixtures, etc. And then there's the DStv app, which is previously known as DStv Now. It's essentially television in your pocket. DStv app allows you to watch live television and catch up or video on demand content. These platforms can be targeted, and these platforms are available across the entire suite of DStv offering. I hope that assists, Mali.
I think that is a beautiful answer and provides the clarity that is needed. But as you have said, anybody on this call is able to get in touch with both myself and you, to further explore any, questions that they have. And the final question, just from, our frequently asked ones, do you have any deals currently available to SMEs?
Yes, there are a few pre-packaged offers, off-the-shelf packages that we have available for those who have a sense of budget and timing and would like to buy something off the shelf. There are packages across display and video options. Of course, we'd like to sit one-on-one to understand the brand better in order to build a bespoke campaign. It's always important to build a bespoke campaign in terms of getting the right audiences and optimizing that budget for yourself. There are various packages already available, so please reach out to us and we'll share these with you.
Thank you, Sean. I am definitely going to swing back to you with any audience questions that come up in our Q&A section. If I don't, it was fun.
Thank you, Miles. We will catch you later.
Thank you, Sean. So I was, looking at the commentary, and just like Tamara, I can't wait to watch, Tiana and her husband. So I have a burning question for Taryn Rose, Head of Marketing Africa. What entrepreneurship lessons do you believe we can look forward to seeing from Tiana in E's new show, We Got Love, Tiana and Iman?
Mali, thanks for that question. And let me just say, wow, what a privilege to be partners with you on this event. I'm feeling super inspired. Those interviews were just really special. And I just love the intention of this whole event. Thank you very much. So what we love about We've Got Love, Tiana and Iman, is that it's all about empowering women. And our leading lady, Tiana, showcases the multiple roles that women play, balancing parenthood, marriage, and her multiple careers. She's a woman who shows us that it really is possible to have it all. And when she's not just running her all-female production company while raising her 2 small daughters, she's also a dedicated wife and trying to keep things spicy with her husband. So I really think that, tune into the show on Sunday, the 12th of September, because there's so many lessons that we can learn from Tiana, and we're just so excited about this show.
I think that is so wonderful. So guys, We Got Love, Tiana and Iman on E. Tune in. Right now, I wanted to just quickly say thank you so much, Taryn, for answering that question so beautifully for us. I think it's just so fitting for the audience that is here, as well as, the theme of Women's Month. At this current time, I wanted to just encourage members of our audience to please not forget to participate, to give us your comments and to send us your questions. Mos, who we are and how we roll, right? We are DStv, baby. We like to reward people, and we have the best prizes in town. At this point in time, we don't have any further questions. So what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to look at who has participated and has done so really, really well. And I think I did kind of give this away. So Tamara was probably the first person to engage with us, and was so excited as I am to watch the show when it does TX. So Tamara, I would like to reward you with a prize courtesy of E. And I think you're going to be so thrilled when you do receive it. I'm not going to give too much away, but I'll just tell you this. It is round, and it has a diamond in it. And so listen, we can be friends because, you know, please, I like those sorts of things. You know, one day if you don't want it, yeah, call me. But also, you know, we've had such great participation from the rest of the audience. So on that note, I would like to just announce that I would like to give away a spa voucher to Jeanette Khadebe. Congratulations and thank you very much for, you know, choosing to spend today with us and to engage with us. I've also got Leah Kitolo. If I've said your surname incorrectly, please forgive me. You also are going to be receiving a spa voucher. And I must tell you, it's for a generous amount, so you are really going to enjoy it. Nonhlanhla Tagudi, you also receive a wonderful spa voucher. And then, of course, Carol Bassett, who unfortunately had to leave us because she had another meeting, but I'm sure she'll be so thrilled when we do email her and alert her to the fact that she has, you know, received a prize. And then the last person, but certainly not least, is Megan Walker. Thank you so much, guys, for participating. We really, really, truly enjoy it when you speak to us and you let us know your thoughts. And you tell us, you know, what's working as well as, you know, what is not. Without much further ado, I just want to take this time to say thank you, guys. You have been an absolutely beautiful audience. You have found this session wonderful. You have found it inspiring. And for that, we appreciate you. And the fact that you chose to spend a full hour with us when you could have been out there in the world making a hell of a lot of change. I hope you have been inspired and re-energized to pursue your passions, to grow your businesses. And I truly hope you choose to have a conversation with us when the time comes. Sean and I and the rest of the team are waiting. I want to remind you, as Carol has said, and as has been uttered so many times by the different women you've seen here today, you are talented. You are absolutely beautiful. You have partners in other females. You are valuable and you are absolutely enough. So go out there and just be, and be full in being, and inspire the next woman in just being you. Happy Women's Month. And from us, goodbye until next time. Thank you.